Hello everyone, and welcome back to the murky, mizzly hills of County Durham. I'm just stood right next to this old bridge. Now the road goes up over this bridge, obviously. Now the last video you saw, I was metal detecting sort of near the old castle. Now these fields behind us here are the fields that I wanted to get in, but just sort of, I followed my nose and I didn't get into them. As you can see, Cooper's with us. No Tom and Harry today. They've decided that it's a good day to go and watch Sam Fender at St James's Park. Now I was there on Thursday and it was an absolutely fantastic night. So I hope Tom and family have a nice day at Sam Fender. In the meantime, me and Cooper's going to try our luck in these undetected fields. The weather, I don't know if you can see, it's quite... Now, it's not raining, it's not drizzling, it's mizzling. Just a little word that we like to use to describe something that it's not quite drizzling, but there's water falling from the sky. It's very mizzly. So we'll see how long we last. I'm currently nursing a very bad back due to working too much. So I'll see how long I last. Fingers crossed we unearth something good. Last time out, I was only out for a couple of hours and I didn't really find much of note. But that's metal detecting, isn't it? So, yep, less talking, more digging, and we'll see you on the first hole. Right, I've been going literally 10 seconds. You can see I stood somewhere over here to film a bit of the intro. And we've got a signal here. That's quite nice, isn't it? And it's saying it's at quite a depth as well. As first signals go, this is probably what you want, the sort of signal you want. Now, what I am worried about is, obviously there's a road goes on this bridge here. Now, over the years, have people been, it's not a busy road, make no mistake, it's just a single track and it's a bit of a dead end up into the hills. But over the years, has people thrown rubbish out of car windows or whatever, has rubbish blown down into this bottom? That's always on my mind. But regardless, we're going to dig this up and have a look. So bear with us for one moment. I'll get this dug over and we'll have a look. Right, I've took a couple of spoonfuls out of there. I'm going to have to watch where I'm nailing here because there's thistles. Now, I'll just turn that off. Now, there's something in the bottom of that hole. Can you see that? Now, that looks like it could be interesting. I've never had a look at this yet. You're seeing it as I see it. So, let's have a look. Wow. What a first signal to have. Now, I'm assuming, before I clean it off, this is some sort of like horse brass decoration. Now, I'm not too sure if there has been a bit of a crossing over this little bit burn here. But as first signals go, quite a successful one, I would say. Yep, now I have found heart-shaped things like this before. I haven't had one with the sort of studs, as you will, on the back. But that's what my guess would be. I would say it's some sort of decorated piece for some like leathers for horses back in the day. What a fantastic little first signal that was. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick around this area a little bit. Where the hell Cooper's gone, I don't know. He's on a mission. Hopefully we'll catch up with him and see what he's found a little bit later on. But yeah, over the moon with that. Fantastic. Right, I don't know if you can see, you probably can't see, but I've just had that little heart-shaped sort of leather decoration there. Now we've got a little signal here. Now, on this land here, obviously we haven't been on here, but up the dales here, whenever I get a signal of this sort of number and sound, I tend not to get too excited, because it normally tends to be sort of like 2-2 sort of shells, and like the lead ends off them. But that's what we've got now. I remember distinctly that when we were on another permission a bit further afield, I got a 17 signal, and that turned out to be a silver Roman coin. I don't think that's going to be the case here. I'm probably more leaning towards sort of you know, your 2-2 casings and something like that. But for the sake of it, for the sake of the video, we'll get it out and we'll have a look. Yep, my suspicions were correct. That is a 2-2 lead slug, and that's kind of what I expected that to be. But that is not to say that I will not dig signals like that up. I'll keep digging them, because you just never know. Yep, we'll get this filled in and we'll carry on. Yep, I'm just doing circles. You can see there where I've stamped in where I found that heart-shaped decoration. We've got one here. Now that's a lovely crisp signal on the centre line. 30, 31. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Let's have a look. Right, that's that dug out. Now, whatever it is here. It looks to be the bottom of a Coke can. Yeah, it's the bottom of an... Oh, sorry, it could be the top. Yeah, it's the top of an aluminium can, which sort of goes back to what I was saying on the first signal. I do expect there to be a bit of rubbish down in this bottom, with, you know, the wind will blow it down into the bottom with there being a road nearby. But that's not going to deter us from digging any signals. It's just, I am going to be a bit more aware that I am probably going to dig a lot more rubbish down in this bottom than what I am good stuff. But the more of this you dig out, and if you come back again next time, the less of it that there is. That's the way I always look at it, trying to find a bit of a positive from a negative. So yeah, it's one for the scrap pile this time. But I'm pretty sure after finding that little heart-shaped decoration thing, I'm pretty sure we'll find some good stuff in here. I don't know if you can see Cooper just on the hilltop there in front of that tree. He's just been onto a signal. I'm going to have a bit catch up with him. Now, we're onto a nice little one here. Yeah, that's a lovely little signal, that. I'm not going to say the word. It would be great if there was something very nice and shiny in the bottom of this hole. That would be fantastic. I'm not going to get my hopes up too much. Yeah, let's have a look. So I've got that dug over, and whatever it is in here somewhere. Now, I can't see it yet. Well, I've never looked, but I can't see it. We'll just get this pinpointer turned on. Oh, and we're on our first coin. It's not shiny and silver, which I was hoping it could be, but sort of, if I said what, 10 minutes in, and we're on to our first coin. It's 1917, so that means it'll be George V. And as always with the fields around here, it's got a little bit of disease on it, unfortunately. A lovely bit of patina there on the front of his face. That's a shame, but it's a coin, and I'm absolutely over the moon with that. It was giving us signals. I thought it could have been a little silver sixpence. They normally come up in the sort of 60s sort of region. Regardless though, you were never going to walk away from that signal, never. Just a quick rub on the magic trousers, and you can see that's absolute shine. It's such a shame about that. I wonder if I can just get it off. It's not often you can, but I think I've actually managed to get that that crud off. I have. Yeah, he had a little bit of an ear infection, but I've fixed it. See there where it's been near his ear? And that's a lovely little coin. 1917. Sort of coming towards the later stages of World War One. When this coin was made. When it was dropped, I don't know. It'll be some time after that. But it's in lovely condition. Lovely little bit shine to it. Fantastic. Yep. Hopefully, our luck continues. Right, we've come a little bit further. About 10 steps to be precise. I've just shouted at Cooper and asked how he's getting on. He said he's had 2 or 3 signals and he's got 2 coins. So what's that you're onto there, Coops? And now he's got a badge of some sort. He's actually coming down to show us. But while he's walking to us, I'll just let you listen to this. Early 20s, sorry, low 20s, sort of centre line, bleeding down a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what this is going to be. I'll just put my spade where that's to dig. And then when Cooper comes, oh, he's here. And he's, oh wow. It's Ford Cortina, Cooper. That was one of your granddad's first cars. So this might be like a bit of a key ring or something. We'll just have a bit tickle on the back. That's hellish, that. You'll have to show your granddad this, Coops. It'll probably say made in England or something on the back, I would imagine. I don't want to rub too much. I'm just having a quick look. Yeah, it says something on the back. I'll put that away and we'll just have a quick look at it with you guys. So, Ford Cortina. Some of the viewers watching will probably remember fondly the cars from yesteryear. I know Cooper's granddad, my dad, talks constantly about how much better they were. Even though they were worse, they were better. He's not a big fan of these modern cars. You know, you can't, in his words, you can't put a spanner on them or do anything. So I think my dad will enjoy seeing this when I take it home and show him. Yeah, Ford Cortina. Little keyring badge sort of thing. Yep, well done, Coops. We've come across an interesting one here. Now, I'll just give you a little bit of a view of the surroundings. And there's a big pile of brush there. Somebody's been cutting trees down in the past, but there's a burn down in the bottom. Cooper is where I've just been. Now, you can't quite see it, but that tree in the middle of your screen, the field behind that is where the old castle is. Local viewers may recognise where we're at. You may not. But like I say, we're on this little bit of embankment and we've got an interesting one here. That's a very high signal coming in on the centre line. Could it be a cartwheel penny? Could it be the bottom of a Coke can? Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Place your bets and I'll get this dug out and we'll have a look. I think I can see it in the hole there. I don't know what it is, but it looks to be a bit of folded up lead. No, it's not a bit of folded up lead, it's a bit of pipe. A bit of copper pipe or whatever it's been in the past, I don't know. So fortunately this time it's just a bit of pipe. You can see where it's is that the work where it's been sort of joined? I don't know. More than likely just a bit of rubbish, but I'll have a better look when I get home. For now, it's a lump of pipe. Right, everyone. I'm currently next to this big water pipe. Now, this pipe does have a name. Local viewers may be able to tell us the one. I think this is the same one that travels further up the dale. But I'm right next, anyway, I'm right next to it. Now I thought it was just going to be sort of a shotgun sort of carriage or something. You can see the imprint there. We'll have a quick look at that. I think I'm onto a coin. Can we see anything on there to give us a clue? No. Now it's in there. This could just be a modern coin. I think it's a modern coin. 2p. Oh, it's an old, yeah, old 5p. Now I think this will probably be in 70s, dated in the 70s, will it? See if I can get a date. Just bear with us a moment. Yeah, I'm right. Just. So it's Queen Elizabeth II, and you can see there the date is 1970. So it does have a little bit of age, this coin. What does that make it? 55 years old. So it's quite an old coin. But these 5p were used up until the smaller ones came in. Now I can't remember the exact date the smaller ones came in. I think I seem to remember using these in the early 90s. Anyone who's a bit more genned up on that will please let us know in the comments. Yep. Whether that was a similar time to when that pipe was put in, I don't know. If this is the pipe, I think it is. Would that have been put in the 50s, 60s? I don't know. A little bit of help with some of the local lads in the comments, please. But yeah, I'm going to stick around this area and see if we can unearth anything. For now, an unspendable 5p. Right, as you can see, I haven't come far. I'm just walking across this bit ridge, and we've come across another interesting one. You see it's smudging about a bit on the screen. 3 arrows deep. Yeah, it's got my attention. I'm eager to see what it is. So let's get it out and have a look. Yep, it's dug over. Now I think I can see that there. I don't know if it's anything of interest. I'm going to say machinery of sorts. We'll just get that bit out the middle of there. Yeah, it's just a big brass. I think it would have been brass or copper or something like that. Just a attachment of something. That's probably why it was given a good signal. A big lump of stuff like this with a hole in the middle especially. Yep, never mind. On to the next. Right, we've come a bit further again. Now I am slightly out of breath. I've just walked up a little embankment there with a bad back, so I am struggling a little bit. But we've got one here. Now I'll let you listen to it and you can decide what you think. Could it be moo tube? Who knows? Moo tubes normally come up with them sort of numbers. Is it too much of a nice dot on the screen to be a moo tube? Yeah. Is it too clear to be a moo tube? You know, with the moo tube normally being a irregular shape, sometimes it gives you that irregular sort of tone, but sometimes it can be folded up into a perfect square and it'll give you a perfect tone. Guess what? We're going to dig it regardless. Let's have a look. Right, it's dug over. Now I think I can see a bit of something poking out there just behind that grass. It is. Now before we lift this out, I just want to, if you are new to detecting and you've just bought a machine or you're thinking about buying one, when I say X number is normally moo tube, coin, etc., etc., please don't think that every time you dig a coin up, it's going to be whatever number. Say, coins normally, you know, your pennies normally come up in the 50s, but they don't always. So please don't, if you buy a Manticore or an Equinox 800 or whatever, or a machine that uses the numbers to, like the ID numbers, sorry, please don't take it as gospel that it's going to be that every time, because there's a lot of things that can vary, that can change them numbers. So yeah, please don't just assume that a 17 isn't going to be a penny on the Manticore when pennies are normally 55, say. It could come in at anywhere on that screen, any number, depending on a lot of different things. So this time we've got a bit of lead coming up in the 40s. Now I thought this might have been a moot tube because they sometimes come up in the 40s, but it's just a bit of lead. It looks to have had a bit cut out the top there. I don't think this has been anything important, so it'll go in the lead pot, which I'm sure regular viewers of the channel will know that every bit of lead I get, I keep. I put it into a pot, and at some point, I don't know when that'll be because my personal life is quite hectic at the moment, but at some point I'm going to take all that lead to the scrapyard, get it weighed in, and then I'm going to go away and buy gold, whether that be a gold sovereign or a half sovereign or whatever, to the equivalent value of all the lead that I've dug up. So that'll be a very interesting thing when I finally get round to doing it. But yeah, on to the next. Yeah, I've come about, what, 20-30 steps from that bit of lead. I don't know whether that's going to make the video yet, but anyway, a bit of lead was the last signal, and we're on to a lovely signal. It's high 60s, sort of low 70s, centre line. Yeah, very interesting. Let's have a look. Right, that's that out. I'll just move my spade because it's tied to the detector's tied to get interference off it. Let's have a listen to what it sounds like now. You can see and hear that is a lovely signal. I wonder if the quality of the signal will be replicated in the quality of the find. I'll just move that. I'm getting a bit of interference again. Can anybody tell me why that's doing that? It's just started doing it recently. Is it the sensitivity of the detector, or is it just the fact that I'm leaving it close to the leaving the pinpointer close to the detector when I'm pinpointing? Slightly annoying. Well, we're on top of it, but it's not out. I think I saw a green. Oh, now that's the imprint. This could be interesting. I need to go quite careful here. Is that another imprint? Have we got a buckle? I think we may have a decorated buckle, you know. I'll try and get you in. Is that the pin? Oh, sorry, I'll get you in picture. That could be the pin. We'll keep that handy. Got a bit of a stone there. Does that zoom you in a bit? Now, for me, this is what I love about detecting. You never know what it's going to be, and then you slowly unearth something. If I can get you in picture. Slowly unearth something that's potentially hundreds, sometimes thousands of years old. I'm pretty sure we're onto a buckle here. I'm going to have to go very, very careful and get this out. I don't really want to smash it if it isn't smashed already. There we go. She's out. Now that's lovely, isn't it? Now I'm assuming that bit of rust there was the pin, or whatever the proper name is for it. Now I don't want to rub this with a brush. I'm going to give it a quick rub on the magic trousers, just gently. Because I sometimes think, as soft as this brush is, sometimes it just does rub away, especially if there is decoration on there. It sometimes can rub away the decoration. I sometimes find just a quick, gentle tickle on the trousers tends to do the job. That's lovely, isn't it? Just zoom you in a little bit. Age-wise, now I'm never very good at this. I would have a guess at possibly Georgian. So you're talking like sort of 1700s at a guess. Like I say, it could be slightly earlier, could be a bit later, but that would be my guess. And a lovely, lovely, lovely thing at that. Fantastic. Yep, over the moon with that. Very nice. Yep. We've been going now maybe what, an hour. Plenty of things. I've got a couple of coins. That nice buckle. Cooper's got a couple of coins, so it's going well. We're onto a signal here. Coming up in the 30s there, centre line yet again. I have not got a clue what this could be. Like I said earlier, the numbers, use them as a guide. And as you go through your metal detecting sort of career as such, just take note of them numbers in your mind, in the back of your mind, and at least you do know what it could be. Now 35. Yeah, there's nothing springing to mind of what that could be. So normally that means it could be a bit of lead or maybe a shotgun cartridge. Nothing of note is springing to memory about what good things could come up from that number. But regardless, we're going to dig it up. Because like I said before, you just never know. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? And that's dig it out. So let's have a look. Right. Yet again, I've got that dug over. It hasn't changed too much, which also can happen. For those of you that are new to detecting, the signal can change once you kind of break the seal as such. The soil can move, and there's all sorts of things that can cause that signal to change. You know, a coin on its side, etc., etc. So, yeah, there is only ever one way to know, and that is dig the hole. Oh, we've got it here, whatever it may be. Oh, wow. Yeah, there you go. Now, I think I have found something like this before, and I can't remember what someone said it was. But this should have, yes, it does. It has two little things on there where another piece would hang from. My pinpointer is saying there's something else in there, but I'll have a look with me machine. Here's the imprint, look at that. If anybody can remind me in the comments to what this is exactly, I can't remember what it was. I'll try, and when I do the roundup, I'll hunt my other one out and I'll show you my other one. But it's got a little bit of age to it. It'll be sort of, will it be Victorian? I just wish for the life of us I could remember what the hell it's called, but I can't, unfortunately. But it's another artifact, and I'm over the moon with it. I'll check my hole. Always check your hole, for God's sake. Yeah, always check your hole. I'll check my hole before I fill it in. If there's nothing in there, you'll not hear from us, and if there is, I'll get back to you. So, I don't know if you can just see there, we've just had that artifact there, which I couldn't for the life of us remember what it was called. I've took a few steps down the hill. Now, we've got a signal here. I'm hoping it's the other part of that. But I just don't know. So bear with us, we'll get it out and we'll have a look. Right, eagle eyes, can you see it? I don't think it's anything to do with that last artifact. I think it could just be a button. I'll just zoom you in a little bit. I don't think it's going to be much to see, but we'll have a look. Just get the brush at it, just quickly. Still got the cotton in, look. Isn't that hellish? Yeah, we've got a 4-hole button there. I seem to be onto a little bit of a hot spot here. So yet again, I'll hang around here for a little bit till I decide to head off into another direction. So yep, very happy with that. On to the next. Definitely onto a hot spot here. Don't know if you can see, that's where I've just had the button. We're onto one here. Coming up in the 40s. I'm getting moo tube vibes. Yeah, I'm getting moo tube vibes, or a bit of lead. Yeah, place your bets at home. Let us shout at the telly what you think it could be. If I'm wise to think that it's going to be a moo tube or not, and let's have a look. Right, that's dug over. I made a little bit of a mess. That's just a stone, I think. But on this permission, I always check. Just another little bit of advice. I always pay attention to what is actually in the hole, other than the target. On this permission, in next to the castle field, not far from here, stone's throw away from here, I actually found a piece of flint, which was sorry, what was it? It was a scraper, I think, a scraper, which dates back to Neolithic, which just happened to be in the same hole as a ship halfpenny. And just lucky I saw it, otherwise I would have just filled it back in and I would never have known anything about it. Oh, hey, I think we're onto a coin. And I said moo tube, didn't I? Yeah, this is why. Never assume. Never assume. I think we're onto a nice little Vicky halfpenny. That'll be the third coin of the day. Hopefully I'm beating Cooper. He was on 2 before. Right, let's get you zoomed in and have a look at this little thing. In very, very good condition. It's slightly bent, unfortunately. But as far as reading it, it's in perfect condition to read. 1886. Queen Victoria there. Lovely little coin. Yep, I'm very, very happy with that. That'll clean up nicely when I get time. If not, it'll go in the bottom of the cabinet with the rest of them. Now, I will try and put a bit of a picture on next to this coin here. Is what the bottom of the cabinet currently looks like with all the sort of copper coins I've got. So hopefully you can see that now. I am hoping, I hope the wife isn't watching this, but I am hoping in the future to get a bigger cabinet. But I'll cross that terrifying bridge of trying to convince the wife to do that at a later date. So, yep, very happy with that. On to the next. Yet again, we haven't come far at all. You can see down in the bottom there's that pipe that you saw earlier in the video. We're on to another interesting signal here. Right on, you see the top of the field's flat there, and it's just on this bit nab edge as the field starts to drop away down into the bottom. We have this nice, interesting signal. Going on what I found in the last half an hour on this top, this has potential to be something very good and very old. Let's have a look. As always, I'll let you have a look before I have a look. We'll dive straight in here. If the signal is nowhere near sort of, whoops, I didn't mean to do that, sort of the surface, we'll dig a bit more out, which I think I'm going to have to do off camera. Nobody, I don't think you guys want to sit and watch me struggle to dig a hole one-handed. It might not be too bad. There is a little bit of moisture back in the ground now. A little bit, not much. We have had a little bit of rain. Again, not much rain, but it has softened that ground up a little bit. Hold on. Go away. Right, I'm going to dig this up off camera and I'll get back to you. Right. I'm sure you can see that there. Now, these came out the same hole. old nails, or there could be something else, but I think they're just nails. I'll put them in my bag, and the target was this. We're onto another coin. Now, straight away, looking at that edge, it looks milled. It looks Georgian, and I'm willing to bet that it'll be George III, sort of halfpenny. Just give it a rub on the magic trousers. I don't think we're going to get any detail as such. One moment, we'll just give it another rub. Right. Yeah, I think you can see there, sort of just say looking to this to the right is George III. Now this coin, looking at the bust, will be from the early part of the 1800s. Yeah, towards the end of his reign. I think did he die in 1820? Was it? So we've got a halfpenny. I thought, when I was digging them iron nails up, I thought, oh, have I done it again? Because on the last video, you'll notice that I dug a fair bit of iron up, which is not like me. I don't tend to dig much iron up. But for some reason, whether it was my sensitivity or what it was, I don't know, I dug a fair bit of iron up on the last video. Never mind, this time it's another coin, and it's from the early 1800s. Very good. Definitely onto a bit of a hot spot. You can see a little bit of a dirty patch there where I've had that last signal, which was a George III halfpenny. We've got a 29.30 here. Now, I did have a hammered coin once, came up at a 30. Fingers crossed. Let's have a look. It's out and it's in. It's in the clod. Yeah, we'll have a look. I'm just trying to put my little brush away. Let's have a look at that. My back's starting to give us a bit of pain now. I stopped for 5 minutes to clean that coin, that George III coin a bit, and I've stiffened up a little bit, but I'm going to soldier through. Right, we've got a bit of lead. A flattened bit of lead. Whether it's been a musket ball that's hit something hard, I don't know. But it's just a bit of lead.